Last talk for the morning, a session will be Emily Reiser, who's innovation strategist with Texas Medical Center Innovation Institute. She's going to talk to us about TMC3. So thanks for coming, Emily.
Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the Texas Medical Center and our initiatives that are focused on both innovation as well as previewing some of the things that were just announced last week with TMC3. So just briefly about me, I did my PhD here at Reiser in bioengineering, focusing on drug delivery of cancer immunotherapy. I hopped to a startup company focusing on business development. I was also at this time directing a group here in Houston called InVenture. We're focusing on training MDs, PhDs, and MBAs to be ready to join entrepreneurial careers, or at least learn a little bit more about the process if they're going to develop that science further themselves. Now I'm an innovation strategist with the Texas Medical Center. So my work is to help all of the different innovative solutions in Houston to become realities, and I'll talk a little bit more about that as well. So the Texas Medical Center is a nonprofit organization that seeks to unite strategically all of the different member institutions, a few of which are listed here. So many of you in the room are part of these member institutions, and we as the Texas Medical Center are here to support everything that you're doing. The Innovation Institute is very new, though, so we're only about 5 years old. Leadership from these institutions came together and told our then CEO, Bobby Robbins, that one of the big things that we could collaborate on together is innovation. So that formed the Innovation Institute, which is located down the street at the Cookie Factory. We have about 100,000 square feet so far, and we're building out more and more all the time. What we're doing there is we're seeking to have a hub where all innovation in the medical space can come together, and a landing place where you can find your first set of resources. So I just want to reiterate that our goal as TMC Innovation is to support you in this room, all of our member institutes. So the way that we've started to do that right now is to build out the old Nabisco Cookie Factory with a lot of different innovative solutions. So right now that looks like space, which you can see sort of in the middle, where we house our biodesign, accelerator, and X Plus space. Our accelerator is really focused on just medical device and digital health right now, as well as our biodesign program. In our X Plus space, which is more for mature companies, we do have therapeutic companies as well as a contract research organization. I'll touch on those in a little bit. We're also building out XI, which is bringing in new investors and other strategic partners that will continue to support the growth of our ecosystem. We also have a brand new place called the Center of Device Innovation, which is just over a year old, and they're also focused on device. One of the best resources, though, for people in this room is going to be Johnson & Johnson's J-Labs. They have 13 facilities around the world and opened up their Houston facility 2 years ago. We work very closely with the J-Labs representatives, but they are their own entity. They operate completely independently, and they do have some say from J-Labs from Johnson & Johnson as to who comes in that space. But in general, they have about 50% of their companies are the therapeutics focused, as well as other med device and consumer products. Like I said, we work very closely with them, and so I have information about that space, and I can always refer you to their leadership as well if you have any questions about that space. But in general, this is what J-Labs looks like. They have a beautiful atrium and space inside. They also have bench space with fume hoods and biosafety cabinets, and they can process all of your biosafety waste and all the basic things that entrepreneurs in the device and drug industries don't really want to worry about too much. They also have a pretty flexible model, so if your team starts as just a single person full-time in that space, but then grows, they have the ability to accommodate that as well. So there's lots of great things happening in J-Labs, like I said. Actually, Houston has the most medical devices, but of course the J-Labs model is still dominated by drug companies. There's no equity investment from Johnson & Johnson, and it's really just a rent-based model. It's not based on usage either. It's just based on the number of people and space that you need. So this is definitely a great resource for anyone who's have already done enough within their academic institution and with the great resources offered by this group and consortium, but is really looking for their own space to take that next step and to be around other entrepreneurs in the drug discovery and drug delivery areas to be able to collaborate and communicate with other big strategics like Johnson & Johnson. They will also lend their resources in terms of people who are in your area of interest to be able to provide some feedback for you as well. So that was most of our J-Labs. We also have companies within our own Texas Medical Center innovation ecosystem space, like DNAtrix and Tovardi, or Molecular Match. And then another big one I wanted to highlight is Proxima. They're a local CRO that's really focused on helping companies develop their regulatory strategy and any other contract research services that you need. They're Houston-based, they're very used to working with early stage companies, and it's just a great resource for anyone looking, how do I get started in this space and what do I need to do next? So they're a great partner, both with J-Labs as well as with us, and so that's definitely another area that I would encourage you to reach out to. And as the representative from TMC, I can also help you get connected to those people at J-Labs or Proxima or wherever else that you may need. So of course, the big announcement last week was TMC3. I apologize, that blew up a little bit. But outside, you'll see the TMC Pulse, and you can have your own copy that you can take with you. It's also at many of your member institutions as well. So the TMC3 is the Translational Research Park with investment from Texas A&M, MD Anderson, UT, and Baylor College of Medicine. We're going to start by creating the conference center in Double Helix Strain, and then all of those other buildings that are focused on translational research will follow. So right now, while the Texas Medical Center Innovation Institute does not have very many specific drug discovery, drug delivery, drug commercialization pipelines, we're always here to support you by helping you practice your pitch before you go see someone like Casey, or just giving you some general feedback about where to get started, whether that be with Proxima or any of the other resources that we have. Our goal is to have people build their companies in Houston, run their trials here, stay here. Another initiative I didn't mention was the Texas Medical Center is also starting an entire IRB that will unite all 21 clinical institutions. We're about halfway there right now. So it's just another way that we're trying to make collaboration and commercialization easier within the Texas Medical Center. So with that, I'll wrap it up and have lots of information here for anyone who needs it. So just definitely let me know.
Emily, can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
So does the J-Labs have animal use facilities?
No, there's no animal facilities within J-Labs. Representatives of TMC, as well as partners at J-Labs, can help you find local or even non-local animal facility resources. But there's no animals at our space.